Welcome to the only entertainment show that does it better than the rest with great analysis and in-depth conversations. This is Tea Time, and as you know, the squad never lets me down. They always represent, and they are Ife Omai and Nima Ebeledike. Ebeledike, how are you?
I'm good.
Did I pronounce it right?
No, you didn't.
Tell
How
me.
did you say it?
Ebeledike.
Ebeledike.
Like
But that was what I said. No, the first time I said Ebeledike. Then I said Ebeledike. So I just wanted, to give you options.
What does it mean?
A great hunter.
Oh,
So you're from the hunting family?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can't go on grave, yeah. If I marry you,
you can't go hungry.
go enter bush, go catch rats and see. It's good, man. It's good if you're mine. New look,
thank you.
new wig.
I love it.
Pape.
I feel like I should have a
What
nicer
inspired
spirit.
this? I know you're like a natural.
This is still a natural,
Still
kinky.
natural now, yeah.
I love it.
But you just don't like to put any extra thing, just like being you. But what happened? What switched it up?
I miss making wigs for myself, so I did.
It's really nice.
Are you sure there's nobody in your life influencing you right now saying I like them wigs?
If Zero is doing me this morning,
You don't even know the age, baby.
bro, like,
think you don't eat that
if Zero is doing me this
Last
morning,
week was sweet though, but this sweet, I say it come with jobs.
I'm telling you, like,
right?
no, Anyway, let's.
Bills are popping
Let's do
up.
it.
Like, I don't know, is it just me that is being affected by this debit alert and minimum credit alert?
Is the minimum
I thought it was a February month. You guys are like favors are popping.
But yes, now the bills
So now debits are coming.
Yeah, see, there's just something. The money is a spirit. There's just something about it that the moment it happens, a whole lot of other stuff are happening at the same time. Even things you didn't plan for, they just start occurring. They just start popping up. Or that's when a very close person, especially when you can't help but help. Somebody comes and you just be like, okay, I've got it. Let me. But I'm debit. They say like 10 credits. They say like 40 debits.
Hey.
You get what I mean? Like it's really crazy, but it's cool. We're gonna be alright, right? We're definitely gonna be alright. Anyways, are you guys ready for today's show?
Absolutely.
Ready.
Absolutely. All right. I hope this week is fast though.
I hope so
Amen.
too. Amen.
We'll find out.
Amen.
Well, we'll find out on this show. Let's see how fast we can make this go. Anyways, popular Nigerian skit makers, Ikorodu Bois, graduated from school and in happy mode. The kids also have gone viral severally on social media thanks to their unique acting skill and ability to recreate movie scenes with improvised equipment. They were sponsored by billionaire Femi Otedola through his daughter's Kaffy Foundation, and they didn't forget to pay homage as they proudly donned their graduation gowns. Sharing photos from their big day, they wrote, "We're proud of ourselves that we never let our skits affect our education. Happy graduation to us. Thank you for sponsoring our education, Sir Femi Otedola. Thank you, Kaffy Foundation, Kaffy Music. On to the next level." Big shout out to these boys and
They're so
girls.
cute. They're so cute. Like, so squishy. I mean, oh my goodness.
But wait, I want to understand. Are they all in the same class?
No, I know they have different
They have
gowns.
different girls now. Yeah.
And so, what if you're just in different schools?
Another point.
But I'm just wondering why your graduation, because how does graduation work? When you move to another class, is it graduation
Graduation,
period?
yes.
Oh, okay. So maybe they don't move to SS1 to
Graduation,
SS2 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they left school. Maybe
But those
they
ones that
don't
are so
secondary.
tall and behind, they must have finished school now.
They must have finished university. They look like they are
You sure they are going
lecturers.
to SS3, SS2.
That particular one on the right looks like Mr. Fayoshi, my
It's the
former
little,
lecturer.
yeah, and then the little one as well. Where are you graduating to? Like to primary school?
So cute. Yeah, maybe from nursery to primary. So cute.
Yes, that's happening as well because my mom too just had a graduation, her very first year, and then so it was for people that moved from nursery to primary school. So yeah, so it's just a gradual process. School is still growing, so it was
I feel
really
like I haven't
nice.
really been around children in such a long time. Like I don't know what's happening in their world. Like I don't have cousins or siblings that are like small, so I don't know. I don't even know how
it works
like
anymore.
Bro, like I'm like, oh,
They
okay, you
even have people
graduated.
I think my mom did from crèche to nursery as well.
Yeah.
Is your mom a teacher?
No, my mom just owns a school.
Oh, okay,
Understand?
okay,
So from
okay.
crèche to
Okay.
nursery as well, nursery to primary. So yeah, before you know, you start having people going to secondary.
Yeah.
So the
And then I think
school
there's
keeps
also
expanding.
junior high to senior high as well.
junior
That's a
high,
big one.
From S3, then they do like graduations, SS1 and all of that's a big deal.
But I don't remember wearing a robe for graduating
those
for
things.
for especially stuff that's not like major from like secondary to uni or something like. Did you wear grad robes for class?
Yes,
okay.
I never did that.
I never did that either.
Maybe the type of schools we went to. Don't let us embarrass
No,
ourselves.
I went to a good school.
What school did you go to?
Caleb
I
International.
went to Caleb.
It's good now.
But we don't wear gown. We don't give us gown. Maybe we're in the
I mean, fair,
Lekki.
you were
Lekki.
Were
rebel.
you in the Lekki band?
I was in both.
Oh, my good one, Lekki.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So I
were a
went
rebel,
Lekki,
you
then I
didn't wear
finished
your
my
gown.
gown.
That's a problem. You.
See, there's no way I would do that one the gown because I was very intelligent in school. I'm not even playing, so they must have made sure.
That you wore your
See, I
gown.
was the best art student. I'm saying it on national television. But when I was in primary, Uludu, when they say number 0, they used to flog me. Like, oh God, I didn't know nothing. I think I picked it up from like my GSS2. And since then, you know, I just became a whiskey, Dolce man then. And yeah, it was really amazing. Yeah, because it was amazing because the way I picked it up, then maybe your first pass is like a drug.
Yeah, like, you're actually even capable.
So I just started firing on and they're just cool. They're just cool, yeah. So basically, big shout out to these guys. Big shout out to the Ikorodu Bois.
Congratulations.
And
Congratulations.
I think this just shows that education is actually very key, regardless. Because these guys, their family members can say, man, you guys, let's focus on your acting. Let's focus on this. People don't go to school again. I can remember when we wanted to get them on the show, they said, oh, they're in class right now. Some other parents will say, okay, they'll not go to school for that day now. They'll come and do interview. Do you get what I mean? But they're like, oh, no, they're in school this period. Maybe when they're on holiday, they will come. Do you understand? So I feel like there's a plan. The education is priority to them. So that's really amazing. Big shout out to them. And yes, let's talk about Femi Otedola and DJ Kaffy. What you're doing for the kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to always have that like social corporate responsibility at the back of your mind and being active with it. I know that there's a lot of people that want to count people's coins and say how to spend their money and stuff. It's not like I'm saying that they have to do that, but it's impressive to see that they're doing that. Kaffy could have done a lot more things with her money and she has the right to do that, but I like that they are trying to be part of that. I remember Otedola saying one thing one time about I think it was saying a story about how he gave somebody money. The person was, they'll share a story and said that's that one of the most meaningful givings he's ever had. So I know that this family has that value in terms of giving and having meaning to how they give and stuff, which is really important. The fact that they don't carry it on their head and they don't scream it on their social media pages for glorification is also really nice. I like that they do that really classy as well. But shout out to them. It's an important thing. And I know Nigerians don't remember this one now, but once they buy a Ferrari, they'll be like, people are so hungry. God's buying a car. Like, relax, okay?
And this is a very solid investment if you even think about it, because these kids are really talented and we all know that they are going to be going places unless they relapse. That's the only time that you won't get them, to actually. But I feel like if these guys are consistent, persistent, they're definitely going to blow beyond it. They've blown already, even as kids. Do you get what I mean? Internationally and locally as well. But maybe not as big as they might want to, but we definitely know they will get there. So big shout out to everybody involved in this story.
Yeah, I feel like DJ Kaffy actually is doing so much. I feel like people just focus on her having money and making her feel like, oh, she has so much money and she isn't doing anything in quotes. But I actually have a friend that works with her foundation and they do a lot. Like, we don't see half of the things they actually do. Like, they legit give a lot. They legit do a lot of programs that actually help people, that help girls, that help boys. They have different programs, different strategies put in place to give people. There was something they did about, I think, giving pads to girls or something like that. They went to different schools. They went like different locations. So all these things are not on the media. And so, like we first said, what we see now is when her dad will get her a Ferrari and then we're like, they're not helping people, they're not, but they are doing so much. And I just applaud her for doing that.
Shout out to you, girl. Shout out.
We love you.
We love Kaffy, definitely. All right, so let's move on to the next story. A man has defiled the common use of an engagement ring for marriage proposals, as he used the goat to make an official marriage proposal to his girlfriend. The picture that has gone viral on Twitter captures the romantic moment, week, a man posed with his woman as he asked her to be his wife. And of course, there are very funny reactions to this, and I'll just read out a few. So Deji said, man proposed with a goat so that they can get married as soon as possible. So as soon is spelled ASUN, as soon as possible. Introduction after she don't agree, as soon as possible. As soon as I saw the goats, I knew they were in love. So people are just Commissioner for Dodo Road, Nigerian men are so romantic and thoughtful. What you guys think? No, the last comment. So we get the joke of asun. You get me? Because obviously now, after once you just say yes, now to go make asun. As soon as possible.
I've had so many theories in my head as to why two grown people will put a goat in their thing. I'm sure it's an inside joke. I'm sure maybe the goat is symbolic for something in their relationship. I've tried to figure out, come up with all sorts of super stories, like maybe they're stubborn people, or maybe they're farmers.
What if it's just tradition?
The problem with why I don't think it's tradition is because there's nothing else that's traditional about their proposal. It was very Western. They're wearing Western outfits, using Western styles of "Will you marry me?" on the balloon and stuff. It's quite like if you blur out the goat, that's a very modern day what's it called, proposal. So what's the touch of one goat in that picture? Like, it was obviously a very deliberate thing. So I don't know. I mean, all of it is just speculations, but I'm sure maybe inside joke they met on top of a goat.
They met on top of a goat. How could that have happened?
I don't know. Like, maybe they made a goat. Maybe a goat was chasing somebody. Like, I don't even know. Like,
or maybe there was a case of a stolen goat.
And then they met each other or something. Yeah, maybe his goat ran into her house. I don't know, man. Like, there must be something about this goat. Like, are you joking?
No, I think that one makes sense. The goat ran into a house and she was
like,
really
oh my gosh, I'm looking for my goat. Oh my god.
And she's like, oh, your goat. And he's like, I'm sorry, I got you.
Because I don't know what else.
You. Oh, the goat. Sorry, I got you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, I don't know.
Jokes Monday.
I don't know what else it could be. You're a stubborn person. What else is a goat symbolized for?
Just
you like eating goats. They met at a goat's restaurant. I don't know.
What if they just like grains? Because goats eat a lot of grains. How about that?
Then they have a serious problem. Then we need to check their.
Actually, nothing romantic about
know,
the
for
goats.
me,
People are like, oh, this is romantic. I'm like,
I think they're being sarcastic.
For me, so I did a little bit of research to find out, you know, what tribe, uses goat. So there's certain tribes, Ijaw people, they do that a lot. People from Delta State do that a lot as well. But they do not propose with a goat.
Absolutely.
It is no, I don't know how to put. Okay, so it's still part of the proposal. So there's this tribe that you don't speak directly to the woman, even if you guys have an affair. So in that case, you have to take the goat to her father. And then if the father collects the goat or somebody elderly in the family. One goat and palm wine and other things. We didn't see the other things in the background. We don't know whether there was palm wine.
But they don't put those things in the picture. They put a goat specifically.
Just a goat.
Well, I just feel like, there are people that do it and it's probably tradition. Maybe this guy is a traditional man that just, wanted to
doesn't really look like it too. And it's put his hand on his bum man kissing. I don't know. These people look very modern to me. Or the dress, the outfit.
The haircut.
These people look very modern.
I don't look like an inside joke. Maybe they have something going on. Yeah,
it has to be running into the house.
It has to be that, and even this inside joke is now so popular that his friends know what this goat is about. For them to really want to communicate this goat again to the world, like, there must be something. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe, I don't know.
Anyways, whatever.
Maybe it's a pet.
Yes.
Maybe it's a pet.
The goat.
Yes.
It's her pet.
Yes, now Whiskey that the goat.
It actually could
Whiskey
be a pet.
actually had a goat.
It could be their
But he proposed with the goat. Like, as per, he brought the goat for the proposal.
Yes, now maybe he just brought it, but that was in the ring. They didn't say he did not give her a ring.
Okay, that's true.
Wasn't there a ring on her finger?
Yeah, there was a ring,
like on his face.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably gave her a ring.
Pet, actually.
And then, but okay, yeah, there's a ring, and yes, maybe it's just a pet. Like, now you have
a puppy. Give her a goat.
Now you're mad.
This doesn't be a thing. Nigerian men, they'll pick cues from rubbish now.
I'm telling you, they should not come and start proposing. But wait, okay, so let's get real now. So imagine, you know, whoever you're dating right now is very traditional, and this is how you propose.
It's not. I can't even date somebody that's very traditional.
No, not like it's traditional, but it's just you like to do things by the book. You know, when it comes
by which book? The traditional book.
book.
My aunt doesn't even know what tradition is. So
I think it's not possible. But let's
what if his parents are the ones saying, okay, it's time for you to propose. This is how we used to do it in our family. People have to take a goat to Ife or take a goat to Nima. You know, put a chain tight and drive to our house with the ring. This is how we have done it. Your father did it. Your grandfather did it. Your great-great-grandfather did it. That was how I was brought to this family.
Okay.
So you have to do it.
And then he brings
then he brings a goat. Will it change your view about him?
Yeah.
He didn't tell you he was going to do that. You don't even know about that part of the family, but maybe he told his mom or his dad, and his dad was like, this I would do it.
Okay, that's fine, but must we not take a picture with the goat and
then
on
post?
Instagram? Yeah, do we have
what
to
if he
do that?
wants to do a surprise, like he was going to surprise you, you know, come with paparazzis, you know, the videographer, and make stuff happen?
And you can make stuff happen. Like, there's not everything that you show on social
media.
I don't know, Jared. Well, see,
I'm trying to invite my family for that proposal, because that's question mark from then forward. Like, something is wrong with this guy.
You can't. There's some people. There's some
him.
women that you would have in your life that you know you can do that. You can do that stuff with. I don't think I'm one of those women, Cha. I'm so sorry.
Anyways, we never know till we're in that position, would we?
I cannot be in
a openly now. Don't bring a goat for proposal.
It's still a very expensive ring, but he came with a goat.
Don't come with a goat.
Maybe like $1 million ring rock.
Why are you coming with a goat?
So you will now say, will you say no?
I said, sweetie, can you take the girl out? Can you put the girl
use it for ritual?
Like
what's that?
They want to transfer your destiny to the goat.
Hey, you're somebody or something. Like, what are you trying to? No.
Okay, guys, don't worry. These guys will never get tradition. But let's move on. Nigerian choreographer Kafayat Shafau, popularly known as Kaffy, has shared her thoughts about submission in marriage. She wrote, "The word submission, if it were a human being, would have committed suicide because of the falsehood attached to how its name has been used. First of all the words does not mean one is a slave to another, nor does it mean a woman must lower her voice, essence and purpose just because she is in the presence of a man." She also wrote, "A lot of our men don't even have clarity of self. Too much pressure, distractions, and expectations created by culture, society. In fact, safe to say expectations of the flesh over that of the kingdom has led a lot of straying souls." She added, "Both men and women need a break to gain clarity, to find themselves before seeking a partner. God help us all. God no go shame us."
God no go shame us.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I think she said it all.
Everything.
I think so too.
Every single thing
There's
she
no
said
line I want to
was
take out
on point.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just the parts where, you know, where she said, take time out to find self, that's really struck for me. Now, a lot of people don't even know what they just feel like the time is right, I'm of age, I'm ripe for marriage, and you just jump into it. I have small money in the bank without being mentally ready for what a marriage is called. Do you understand? And a lot of women also haven't even found themselves to know without a man, because now a lot of women just depend, okay, when I marry this guy, he's rich, I don't have to work, I don't have to do anything. They don't think about the fact that something can happen. No, this guy can die, this guy can divorce, this guy can fall in love with somebody else, this guy can, you know, and things are not working. What do they have to fall back on?
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people are lacking in that department where they do not have a backup plan, especially in relationships. I think relationships shouldn't be solely, it's a one man's duty. I think it's a 50-50 thing. Even if you're not doing the 50-50, just make sure that you have a backup plan in case plan A doesn't work, you have plan B. So I think, you know, that one is actually very important. Find self. And of course the society, distractions that comes with it, you know, trying to match up to your colleagues, your peers, and all of that, being a man, the ego, I think is a lot of problem, but I don't think anyone could have said it better than Kaffy.
Nobody. This just reminds me of an interview I did with Nicole Chikwe. I don't know if you know her, and it was his wife. She was like, before she got married, like she was looking to get in the marriage to find fulfillment. So when she got married, and then, you know, she got married and she loves her husband, obviously, but then she wasn't fulfilled. She was wondering what would fill me up, what would make me satisfied, like happy with life and everything. Okay, she said, well, then let me have a child, because she thought that, okay, that would make everything better. And she had her first child, and then she was depressed. She had her second child. Okay, maybe this one's like, you know, maybe I didn't do it right. She had the second child. She was still going through depression. Something was missing. And then she found out that no one can complete her. No one can give her fulfillment if her herself does not find that fulfillment herself. And she found her own fulfillment from God. She went through religion. Everybody has where they get their own fulfillment from.
Absolutely.
But she found hers from God. So this just takes me back to that story. And I'm just like, some women don't find themselves. Some men don't find themselves before they enter a marriage. How can you make someone else happy when you're not happy? You're like,
how can you love somebody when you don't love yourself?
Understand? So marriage is supposed to be like a partnership. Now you're bringing something, I'm bringing something. But if you're not complete on your own, how can you complete the other? So it's just like mathematics. It's a simple math. So if you can't complete yourself, you can't complete another person. So when you get to marriage, then you'll not be looking for your husband, a man that he doesn't even know. Like he has his own demons he's fighting. You're trying to make him complete you. You're putting the pressure on him, but he doesn't even know how to help you because he's trying to help himself. So I feel like everyone should be able to find themselves before going into marriage. And I think we should actually talk about counseling. Nigeria and spirituality, I think, is a problem, because when people want to get married, only church, that's where they're counseling.
Like, you better start talking to real professionals that can help you.
And talk to them, because before you time, like, there are a lot of things that the pastors don't tell you. They just sugarcoat it, and you know, okay, are you a virgin?
Because once you're a good prayerful person, your marriage is going to be successful, which is actually not true.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never been married before, so I'm going to talk about it more in dating than in marriage. I would say though that I think people need to date more first. Yeah. Because I'm not saying that I play with people's hearts, but for me personally, dating really helps you to figure out who you are, what you like and what you don't like. Are you an impatient person? Do you give your partner space to talk? Are you impulsive? Are you the kind of man that like wants to be in charge and all of that kind of stuff? And then there's some things that, personally speaking, there's some things that I feel like I know I'm maybe not necessarily the best things, but I'm very okay with, because I know I'm not going to change, right? Yeah. So I'm going to look for partners that complement that. Exactly. Like, so one of the things I know is that I'm very vocal. I have an opinion about everything.
I saw your post saying you said you want to be the cute girl that is mysterious.
Do you know how many times I used to like look at mysterious and I'm like, oh, is that really quiet, babe? Oh, that's so nice. I'm not like that at all.
There's always something to talk about.
Huh?
I said there's always something to talk
about. I have an opinion about everything. So I know for a fact.
What's your opinion about the tea?
I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to be with a man that wants to take 100% charge. Now, there are women that love that because they don't have that many opinions and are okay with following the lead, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you have to find. That's why I think dating for me is really important.
But it's not fine, to be honest, because
I think it's okay.
Men. I think you know, a woman who doesn't have her own opinion.
Like, women should have opinions.
Yeah, you should always have an opinion.
I mean, sometimes some women don't have opinions.
Yeah, absolutely. And some people are not take the lead. And even some men are like that as well. Some men would like women that are like me, that are take charge and are like, or some people don't mind having partners. So for me, that's my safest space. Yeah. People who want a 50-50 partner, like somebody who finds me as an equal. I don't want somebody that I'm going to be leading either, because I will bobo you. I know myself. I'll just be using it to play games. But somebody that's equal as me, that's dominant as well, that has a stomach, and has his own opinions, but gives space for mine as well. So we will make the decision together. But there are some things that I know that I'm going to submit to, because you can never have two captains on one ship. So but that's the reason why I know I cannot also just date anyone or like submit to anyone, because your vision has to align with mine, so that it's easy for me to submit, knowing that I trust your rationale, I trust your thinking, so I trust your leadership. But then the same thing will happen to me too, where I know that there's certain things that I know that I'm going to lead in, I don't like, so like there's that as well. And I think that that's something that people don't really understand here. In general, I don't think we put a lot of emphasis on emotional intelligence in this country.
No, we don't.
A lot of the times we've done things that is because we used to do it. Sometimes I ask my mom a question, like, I don't remember what it was, whether like I should call somebody auntie. And this baby was like maybe 4 years older than me or something. And I'm like, I mean,
For what reason?
you understand? I was like, yeah, because she gave birth early or something like that. So she's not that one, she gave my like, that why you not calling auntie, that this person has a mom or everything. I'm like, but why? So because that's how we always do it. You see, that for me has never like held waters. Like just because you've always done something
doesn't make it
make it right. You have to really question things. Are people questioning and like improving on their emotional intelligence before they do stuff?
I feel very uncomfortable, when I'm around family, and because my dad is the firstborn, right?
Yeah.
So all his sister-in-laws, right, which are my auntie-in-laws, or what are they, auntie-in-laws? They all call us Bodaife, and they're telling me it's the tradition because my dad is the first one and we're from his lineage, so we are like above all the other brothers. In my head, I'm like, how does that even make any sense? So they are calling me Bodaife.
And they're older than you.
Way older, like people that me, I say to, they also use back to me. Like I have an auntie that has never called me Ife. She's never called me Ife, and she's way older than me. She has kids that are really even like my height right now, and she just uses hair. So I'm like, nah man, like it doesn't have to be that way. We need to stop all this stereotype stuff, and let's just live in the moment.
I think find the people that are in your wavelength as well, because I know people who are very traditional and are okay with that, embody that and everything. Just find what works for you. That's why I really think like talking, dating and all that kind of stuff is important. So you'll not be doing this extra shalaye of like and then also I think another important thing that stood out for me with Kaffy was the patriarchal system, where she was saying that there's so much pressure on men, and I think that thing has also affected women. So there was a time I was saying to somebody that wanted to date me that I wanted him to give me how was I ever saying this was years ago, but I was like, I want him to give me a lot of attention and everything like that. Like I want him to feel pursued and chased and everything. Now that's something that we've regurgitated for a long time. Even Christianity will say the woman is supposed to be pursued and everything. But let's think about that. That for me, as I get older now, I know that it's not really a good thing. I think you are encouraging a patriarchal system. Why can't I pursue my man as well? So that we reduce the pressure of all of that stuff. Because the patriarchal system, when you're putting so much pressure on the man to be the better person, is also the reason why he cannot give me space to head, because he's doing all the heading. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of things to question. This conversation can be really, really deep, but the whole entire message is very healthy, very positive, and people should consider doing better.
I also like the fact that she separated feminism from submission. She didn't bring at any point bring feminism into this. So there's a difference between feminism. A lot of people confuse submission for feminism.
What do you mean?
They say nonsense. They're like, feminists should not submit. Like feminists should not
submit.
That makes no sense.
No, like feminists, you can't be a submissive wife. You can't be this. You can't be. But a lot of feminist women.
People say that.
You don't look at the comments on Insta, like that. Our feminism
that makes no sense.
It makes no sense. They don't even know.
That's why she said if submission was a person. But don't comment.
I don't even think people understand that word, because even the woman is submitting to the idea of feminism.
Thank you.
You're submitting at work. You're submitting. I think the problem is when your submission is imbalanced. Like if you're asking me to take a back seat, that's why I love that she used the word like mute and quiet, or not having a purpose, because the man is supposed to dictate the kind of purpose. That's what feminism is saying. We don't want, like, women should have a say in their life, and if their say is to be quiet and let the man rule, at least it's their say.
Anyways, we're getting into feminism. I was just saying, thank God that this conversation you've told us definition of feminism again.